This is a review of the main events in the armed forces of Ukraine for the past week. During the week, Russian forces continued to strike peaceful Ukrainian cities. The terrorists targeted residential buildings, civilians and energy infrastructure. In the Kherson region, they dropped explosives from a drone directly onto a civilian man. In the streets of the city, they scattered anti-personnel petal mines, which are extremely difficult to spot in grass and leaves. In the Dnipropetrovsk region, the terrorists directed a guided aerial bomb at a school. During the night before Friday, the Russian Federation launched a massive combined air attack on Ukraine. In Kyiv and the region, the strike caused multiple fatalities and dozens of injuries, including children. Residential buildings across 7 districts of the capital were damaged. There are also dead and wounded in other regions. The president of Ukraine expressed condolences. He stressed that Russia's primary targets were residential areas and energy facilities. He added that Ukraine is responding to these attacks with long-range strikes, including the so-called Lone Neptunes. According to him, during the night before Friday, the defense forces successfully used this weapon against designated targets on Russian territory, which is fully justified response to Russian terror. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Ukraine, General Oleksandr Syrskyi, assessed the frontline situation on Thursday evening after visiting the Pokrovsk direction himself. According to him, this remains the enemy's main axis of effort. Therefore, special attention is devoted to reinforcing units, supplying troops with everything necessary and straightening logistics routes. In the city of Pokrovsk and its outskirts, Ukrainian defenders from various defense forces units are operating effectively, detecting and destroying enemy assault groups. According to the commander-in-chief, active operations also continue in the Ocheretino direction, which forces the enemy to disperse its forces and prevents it from concentrating on Pokrovsk. Since the start of the operation, 189 square kilometers have been liberated, and nearly 260 square kilometers cleared of enemy sabotage and reconnaissance groups. On the Gulay-Pole and Rykhiv direction, the enemy attempts to exhaust our units with heavy shelling and small assault groups. The defense forces are working to block enemy forces near Yablukovo, Vesele and Solodke and eliminate them. Since the beginning of the month, Ukrainian interceptor drones have already shot down more than 150 enemy UAVs. The president of Ukraine reported this and released footage of Shahed drones being destroyed. According to him, Ukraine will continue developing interceptor drone technology and training crews. In total, in October alone, our aviation unmanned complexes track 77,000 enemy targets. FPV drone and heavy bombers showed the best results. These figures were released by the Commander-in-Chief, General Syrskyi. He held a meeting of the development of unmanned systems and received an intelligence report on the state of enemy drone capabilities. Among his priorities are further scaling of unmanned systems units, implementing new operational tactics and improving electronic warfare effectiveness. This week, the defense forces continued striking strategic facilities in the Russian Federation. Targets included the Saratov oil refinery, infrastructure of the Stavrolen hydrocarbon precision plant in the city of Budyonovsk in the Stavropol region, and the capacities of the Orsk-Nefteorsk synthesis oil refinery in the Orenburg region. There were also confirmed strikes on an oil terminal in Feodosia, an oil depot in the temporarily occupied territory of the Zaporizhia region, and the other facilities. According to the president of Ukraine, by the end of this year, Russia will lose at least $37 billion in oil and gas budget revenues. For the first time since the beginning of the war, Russia is experiencing a significant decline in oil production and precision, which reduces its budget income. This is a result of the sanctions and deep strikes. We Will Prevail, produced by the main communications directorate of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine!